Good evening. Good evening. Patricia, Mr. Deagle. How you doing, Noah? Massive headache induced by stress? Oh, man. Sorry to hear that, brother. Stress is such a damaging thing to our health, really. It is imperative that we don't minimize that quality of life, because it really can just wreak havoc on your system. So just don't do that, all right? Just don't do that. All right? Okay, good. Glad we had this talk. But for real, think about the one of the ways, at least one of the ways I deal with stress, when I'm stressing out or feel myself stressing out about something, I have to remind myself that me stressing about this thing isn't going to change this thing, but it's just going to make my perception of reality worse. That's all that's going to happen. So to take the things that are out of your control and to let them go, you know. It's like this desperate attempt to grab everything and control it and to fix it, and it's just like this human nature to want to take things into our own hands, even though there's the majority of our life, a lot of the things that happen to us or around us are totally out of our control. There's a very narrow window of things we actually can control. So let's focus on those things, the impact we can make, and everything else that's beyond that, we let go of that, because that's above our pay grade. Hot coal. Holding a hot coal in your hand, meaning to cast it at some villainy you can't see. That's how I think of it. That's a good way to think of it. A worry, yeah. Has your worrying ever changed anything? Have you ever been able to worry your way out of a situation, or change the outcome of a situation through worrying? Yeah, no, trust me when I say I totally understand that even though the logic is there and it's sound, it's still easy to find yourself falling into the trap of worrying or stressing. It's a constant thing, but I'm telling you that we all need to hear it, myself included, these reminders of the reality that we have to let go of those things, because it doesn't help us. It just harms us. And we end up back at that realization that one of the main keys to this life is learning to let things go, which is very hard to do until all of a sudden you just know how to do it one day. And then you just can do it, It's hard to explain to somebody. It's hard to explain to somebody how to let things go, because it's just something you just do. Best way to explain is take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, whatever that thing that was there that's bothering you or causing mayhem goes out with it into the wind. So that's what. Aha. And then you do that, and it goes away for a second, and then the stress and the worry tries to like tendril its way back in, and then you have to do the process over again. But each time it's getting a little bit further away, you know. So till it's gone. We all need reminders of this. Yeah, you're right. Thinking isn't actually doing, that's true. Yeah, when you remove the mental load, we put so much mental load. Like, it's like carrying the mental burden of all of this stuff without actually putting any of the energy towards doing anything. It's crushing. Absolutely crushing. So let's stop thinking about it. No think, only do. Hey, thanks a lot, Captain. I appreciate that. I gotta look for reference. What was it? Wendy. Team Wendy. But oh wait, did I save? I hope I saved that. I'd found a really good reference last time. Let's see. Bookmarks. No. January 1st. Oh, what's this one? That was one. Oh, I think this might be it. Aha, success. Okay. We'll be continuing the sculpting of this helmet here. Ernesto the Gamer, how you doing there, Ernesto? Some clay over here. The rails and those earmuffs last time. We need to do the straps. The helmet straps. Maybe we'll do the helmet straps and the brackets that hold the ear thing on. Maybe the pack that's on the back here. The backpack. This goes to here, back of the neck. Oh, really? It's rainy here today. Rainy and cold. Let's grab some tools. Knife, sharp, exacting blade. Not this one. Just PMC. That's right. Let's do the straps out of extra firm clay. Grab some of that extra firm goodness. Hey, what's up, Sabs? Every time I put clay together like this, I always imagine I'm like the Japanese guys that make the katanas. They like take this special kind of ore that's crumbly like this, and they have to like forge it together till it's a solid mass of metal. So it feels like. At the beginning it is, yeah. And it's extremely hard to... Now this isn't extra firm. This what it is it's the batch that the when Cosplay came out with their Kickstarter, the material that they provided from the Kickstarter was actually extremely firm. And of course, a lot of people were put off by that, but something went wrong in the mix. But it actually is a really nice material for very specific things, especially like, once you get it conditioned, it's great. It's just kind of getting it conditioned was a little bit of a pain. One second. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Just one sec. Okay, let's see. Ready? I have to play an alert here just to test it out here.
Fellow adventurer, we've got everything you need to rest and refuel.
Okay. V&A Museum. Okay. What's this? What's V&A stand for? Gunter. How you doing, Gunter? First to the key, first to the egg. Hey, thank you, my friend. Hey, how you doing there, Noodle? There's one reason I can't do cold coffee. And it's not because I don't like it. It's because I drink it ridiculously fast. I need the hotness to slow me down. It's like a cold coffee. Couple gulps and it's gone. White coffee. What's that? Oh, you mean like coffee that hadn't been roasted? I actually have had that before. Like raw coffee beans, pretty much. Oh, really interesting. I don't really have any issues with stomach stuff with coffee. Yeah, I should give it a try. White coffee, you say? Hmm. I always wondered that about like you know, everyone's always so against like eating like charred food with like burned on it, and then meanwhile we're like drinking burned coffee beans all the time, burned coffee bean water all day. It's like, it's just not, it's okay when it's that. Maybe there's something to it, something to the coffee bean that makes it not negative, but I drink her black. Yeah, me too. Black coffee. Black coffee with a little bit of salt. That's about it. Oh, okay. Well, you got me sold there, Minda. Do you just do it in a normal drip machine, or is it a French press, or how's that work?
Closely, traveler, to what I say. Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime.
Sedona. Sedon. I wanted to call you Sedona. Sedon. Thank you very much for the 4 months, my friend. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let's see. Define. I have to do something really quick here. We're testing something out. Get it for a press. Just about a gallon per day. Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be very healthy if you added any like milk or sugar to that. Where is it? Okay, let's see. Let's do. This is.
Fellow adventurer, we've got everything you need to rest and refuel.
One second. Testing something. That's the old one. Oh, no. Okay, now we try again.
Greetings, fellow adventurer.
Oh, wait, no. That doesn't count. Now we go.
Greetings, fellow adventurer. We've got everything you need to rest and refuel.
Worked. Oh, perfect. The test was successful. You know what? I've always wanted to get one, or not always. I've recently discovered and wanted to get one of those glass percolated coffee, like stovetop. It's a glass percolator. It's made out of all glass. I've seen pretty good things about those. Yeah, I'm not doing all that right now, though. Okay, let's see here. I'm pretty sure the Prime sub one's fine. It just switches early. I just have to change the timing on
Closely,
the
traveler,
switch at the
to
end.
what I say. Twitch Prime does not even cost a dime.
A kettle. No, not a pour over, a percolator. Percolator. You know, have you ever had camp coffee? Made in a tin that has the percolator at the top. It's like that, but it's all glass. Yeah, I know what the problem is with the Prime sub. I use a cheap instant coffee maker because I'm lazy. Me too. I use a regular drip coffee maker, cheap one. But I think about switching to a, let's see, either French press or glass percolator coffee pot. It looks like this. Like this. So it's like all Pyrex glass. And basically the water heats up below, travels up the tube, and then drip. It's like a drip coffee machine, but it's just all glass and a stovetop. Goes up the tube, sprinkles down, and then you got the fresh coffee. So. Also, there's no filters needed. I think it uses just a rinseable metal filter. All right. Let's see. One moment. Let me see here. Yeah. All right, Deagle. Take like a teaspoonful of cayenne pepper, swirl it around in some water, and take it like a shot. See if it helps your headache. Give it a try. Come on. Don't question it. Just do it. Some good cayenne pepper. Hey, what's the worst can happen? Don't knock it till you try it. I mean, think of this. How many times have you had a headache and you took like Advil or something and it just didn't help? Probably a lot of times. But yet we still keep reaching for that bottle. Worst case scenario, get some hair on your chest. It works. It can work. I've had certain headaches where it doesn't work, but I've had certain ones where it goes away. Yeah, I gotta stay away from that stuff, man. Last resort, that's a good policy.
Noble ally, please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering
Dang.
service to the kingdom.
Yeah, go on, get out of here. Don't you be sticking around now. All right. No. You must gather your wisdom for the next month. Thank you so much, Meowster. I appreciate you, my friend. Liquid luck or phoenix tears? 101 months. Please take some wisdom for your journey. Phoenix tears, okay. The journey ahead. A borrowed flame warms only briefly. Learn to kindle your own. A borrowed flame warms only briefly. Learn to kindle your own. Very good. Get the Kindle in there, Meowster. Thank you very much. Thank you for your continued support, my friend. I do appreciate that. Right, because it's not actually making your flame grow. It's just... making the flame next to it go out, so yours is perceived bigger. See? What about a gas grill? What about it? But that's different because those sources of flame are fueled by the same source. So that still holds true, because if you're in a company, working for the same company, and the burner next to you is burning very bright, you do something to get the burner turned off so that you can burn brighter. That works. And happens. Get someone fired so you can take their job. Yeah. But if we're talking about two separate entities, a candle over here and a candle over there, one candle's brighter than the other. If you blow the one out, the other candle doesn't get brighter, but it is perceived to be brighter. Only because the brighter candle is not there anymore. I can understand it. They have a versus mentality instead of a co-op mentality. We're all playing the same game, which is life, but some people view it as a versus game. Other people view it as a co-op game. That's basically what it comes down to. I've had phases of my life, especially when I was younger, where I definitely viewed it as a versus game. For sure. Also a little bit of scarcity mindset. This thought that there's not enough to go around. Thanks, Alan. I appreciate it, my friend. Yeah, right. Thanks for being me to support me. Thanks for being me, Alan. I appreciate that. You're worried that that one creative thought will be their last best creative thought. That's true. That is a misconception that somehow like you'll experience this with sculpture too, or any sort of, I think a lot of artists experience this where you do a really good job on a sculpture that you've made, and you have this like almost like fear that you just kind of like got lucky, you know, that oh man, I could never do that again, you know. That I just happened to stumble upon this like I just did a good job by chance, you know. It was a fluke. Yeah, exactly. But that's just like a lie that appears in our mind with stuff like that. Because the reality is the same skills you use to get this result is still there, and it's probably even sharper than before. Usually. So that goes with creative ideas. Coming up with ideas is a practiced art for sure. The more you try to create and innovate, and the more times you go through the process of doing that, coming up with an idea, executing it, seeing the results, you get better at it, you know. Can't get attached to your work. Your work is just a stepping stone to get to your next work. That's it. Yeah. Oh, I can see that too. You know, there are certain things where it's like, if I share this little crumb of information, then anyone can do this. You know, there are certain things like that. And yeah, thus devaluing the information or the perceived goodness that they have. That's because they have this technique or whatever, you know. It's like it reveals that either what they're doing doesn't take that much skill or isn't as valuable as they're making it out to be. Well, the thing is we're all the wrong hands, every single one of us. So by all of us knowing the knowledge keeps each other in check. If only one of us knows the knowledge, then there's nobody to keep that one in check. Basically, we're all really bad at it, but as a collective, if someone steps out of line, there can be someone else the group as a community can make the one get back into line. Yeah, right. It's such a fragile thing, isn't it? They're so afraid of being bested. Yeah. Yeah, imagine if we had a structured society where the best minds and the best ideas were the ones at the top, but we don't. We have it where the top is gatekept by inferior people in all like facets of society. I mean, you can really see it, especially in certain industries like the music industry. There's so many like amazing musicians out there that just will never see the light of day because they're either not playing the game or it's just all gatekeep about who. It's not about, you have to be able to do the craft, but it's more than just that. You can't just do the craft well and get ahead. You have to do the craft well and know somebody and play the social game. Yeah, humans, man. Dang humans. Bunch of scallywags. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, another example of this is some of the most entertaining games I've played, especially recently, are not the ones coming from the AAA guys, the guys at the top, the ones that have all the dollars. It's always these like smaller indie people. And even further than that, in the past, a lot of my most entertaining gaming experiences came from playing the custom player-made maps from like whatever the main game of the time is. There's always custom maps, and those custom maps always have the like most fun gameplay, where people create like the game within the game kind of thing, using the AAA game as like a platform to make some other game. I mean, that's how things like Dota were started, and then I see so many games that come out nowadays that I totally played a custom game of a long time ago that was just made by some player. I sound kind of dumb, but are you going to add the mount for the ear protection to the helmet? Yeah, we're going to do that part next. So the way this clay works well is if we build in layers. So like I did the ear cover here, and then just decided it would be too hard to kind of do that all at once. So did the ear thing, baked it, and then now we're doing the chin strap. And then I think we'll do the mount for the ear and maybe try to do the battery pack on the back of the head. And then maybe bake it again. Mm-hmm. Disney. So. I think I seen that YouTube guy. It's a YouTube channel, right? Goes around asking people if he can paint their car. You have to be in a position to be able to do that kind of stuff, though. You know what I mean? If you're spending all your time making a living so you can actually survive, you can't be spending time helping people because you have to help yourself. So it's like it's more than just having the desire to do it. You have to have the means to do it. If you yourself need help, you can't help others. It's just the way it is. The first step to helping others is to help yourself. To get to a point where you can help others. How you doing tonight there, Looper? Hey, welcome. The algorithm had deemed it worthy for you to see this. Ah, yes. I have foreseen you joining us. Welcome. That'll teach you to watch those sculpting videos a couple seconds too long. Before you know it, I'll end up in your feed. Oh no, sculpting video. Click away quick. Been watching a little bit too much Jazza lately. That'll teach you. Welcome, welcome. Since you're new here, my name is cnotbusch. I make one-of-a-kind custom sculptures. Tonight we're working on a Escape from Tarkov player-made character. Just picking away at the all the details here. And that nice little helmet strap. I sculpt everything traditionally by hand out of a polymer clay called Cos clay that's flexible like rubber. It's a little bit hard to show on this one because it's really tough, but maybe this guy's got some bendable pieces here. Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see it there. Yeah, see that? So after it's cured, it gets heated in the oven, it gets cured, and then it's flexible like rubber. Then it gets painted and finished and shipped to the client. I do work for individuals, and mostly individuals, but I do also do jobs for companies as well. That tends to come in waves. The company work. They'll contact me tomorrow and say they wanted it yesterday. All right, good thing I foreseen this and it's already done and in the mail. No, not all of them. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I really enjoy the working with game companies is they're pretty laid back. It's definitely not like Hollywood status for sure. I think I've never done any work for Hollywood, but I imagine the problem is they want everything done really well, really fast, and for cheap, which is surprising. And they almost like expect you to do that work. This is just based on like what I've heard from other artists, but they like expect you to do that work because people are so thirsty to have this like title of working on something that was in a film, you know? And that's just the reality people are. So it's like, well, if you don't do it, we'll find somebody else that will do it. Fine. Find someone else then. Be gone. I'm not working for free. I had one time I had Netflix reach out to me to do work. And I totally got that vibe from them. They wanted something ridiculous done really quickly and didn't like the prices I was giving them because they didn't say anything. Now you got the money, Netflix. Hey, up. Let's see. It was Yeah, I didn't sign an NDA. It was Love. It was the Love, Death, and Robots first season coming out. They wanted just like basically they wanted a promotional piece, so something made for the show's release that I would post like the the reels and the nice videos of the finished work or the work in progress to help promote the show coming out. So that tends to work really nicely. That's been working out really good. So basically they're getting a sculpture made, but they're not getting it made for just having a sculpture. They're getting it made so that I make streams and like Instagram reels, TikToks, stuff like that. To promote whatever's coming out. So they're able to use like their part of their promotion budget to basically commission me to sculpt things. They didn't. They either didn't want to, or a lot of the times it's just so fast paced that like the email response was 30 minutes too late or something. You never know. I just assume. Yeah, it is. It's a really good deal. And that's the formula for a good business, good healthy business is all parties are winning. They're winning because they're getting a sculpture made that they'll either display in their offices or they'll use for community outreach or something. I'm winning because I'm getting a job that pays well. Doesn't just pay for my work, but also pays for my wife's work with all the video editing and stuff. And then you guys win because you get to see art be made. I get supported. And, maybe it's a game or something that you like that you go check out. So it works. And a lot of the times, especially if it's for a game launch, they'll also give me like game keys, which the big one we did was Space Marine 2 coming out. They gave us like 60 game keys and wait, how many pairs of headphones? It was 2 pairs of the headphones. So that was pretty awesome. 60, yeah. 60 copies of the game we had to give away. I felt like Oprah for a little bit there. You get a game. No, actually, sorry, that wasn't. So that was from Logitech. It was for the launch of Space Marine 2 and the launch of their new headphones, and they gave us the copies of the game and the headphones. I think that's how it went. It was weird because I was doing a project for Focus Entertainment, the makers of the game, but also doing a project for Logitech, who was partnered with them for a launch of their headphones and promotion of the game. It was like this three-way situation. Here I am, just like shoulder to shoulder, Focus Entertainment on one side and Logitech on the other. And I was like, "Yep, totally belong here. Where's my suit? Huh? I must have forgot it. Where did I put that suit? Babe, go get a suit." Yeah, as I'm sure some people might work that way, but this is just the way that I do it. I find the best way to do really detailed and intricate work is to work in layers like this. Yeah. So. You can bake it as many times as you want. So, we started with just like the face, and then we did the mask over the face. Then we built the whole body and did like kind of like a substructure like this. Baked it, and then we just kind of been working one section at a time. So like we did one boot, baked it, another boot, baked it, the pants, baked it again, the vest, so on and so forth. Yeah. You wish you were around for it. Wasn't too long ago. I did was that last year? Let me see. It was, let's see here. So it was the third project I had done for Focus Entertainment. Let's see, this is one we did for Riot Games. This is actually on display at Riot headquarters right now. It was when they reworked Nidalee for Legends of Runeterra, visual rework, and they commissioned me to do, like, you know, again, promotional content, but also creating a large bust, very large piece. So, and then let's see here. This was one we did for Focus Entertainment for the launch of whatchamacallit? Banishers. There we go. That's right there. Banishers. And then here's the Logitech piece. So we came up with the idea to turn the new headset, the one I'm currently using, to take the charging station that's also the wireless receiver and customize it into a Tyranid themed headset and what'd you put inside the ears? It's like fake fur inside the ears. So there's the Tyranid one, and then we did the Space Marine one. So they ended up getting both of those. I think they ended up even auctioning one off for charity, and I don't know. I haven't really heard back what they did with the other one, but yeah, they got those two. That was probably my biggest commission to date, was the Logitech one. That was a lot of work. I really like how that turned out, though. Just this idea of combining sculpture with something functional, you know. I can really see more opportunities like that happening with, companies coming out with whatever, you know. I've always thought of doing something like this to like a computer case. Taking like a shell of a computer and totally like decking it out as like some epic sculpture, and then you know, at the end of the building you add all the actual functional bits back in the inside, and then boom. And then at the same time we did this, Focus Entertainment came out with Space Marine 2. It kind of launched with this, and I did this project for them. So it was kind of funny because we were talking to Focus Entertainment about doing a third project for them for the launch of this game. You know, we had talked about things, and it never really fully got locked in. You know, it never was like, okay, you know, we're going to do it. There was never that kind of communication. So we just, you know, this happens a lot where like contacts just go cold and they've just decided to do something else or whatever, which is totally normal. So that's what we assumed was happening. And then Logitech messages us and says, hey, we want to work with you on a project for the launch of Space Marine 2, making this headphone stand. So we talk with them, settle on the deal, and then sign it and get it all locked in. Literally like a day or two after, Focus Entertainment comes back and says, all right, here's the contract. So now all of a sudden I have a double booked situation where we had this project and this project for the same launch we had to do all simultaneously. But they were all, you know, we were all working technically together, just separate entities, but all for the same purpose. So explained everything, the situation, and then they were everyone was very reasonable, and we just kind of made it work. So yeah. The flexibility of the Tyranid Swarm looks... Yeah, and you know what's interesting about the Tyranid Swarm? Not only is it super flexible, right? But I didn't sculpt all 3 of those from scratch. I actually used a technique to duplicate all those parts that you see, and then I attached all the pieces together on a frame and like altered them so they all look unique and individual, and then I just sculpted all the little in-between areas. I actually technically have the ability to make more Tyranids. I even have a bunch of extra Tyranid parts, but yeah, that was I was really testing how far we could push the duplication method, and I was able to create full characters. So it only worked with them because, like, for example, if you look at, let's see here, let's take a look here. If we look at the Tyranid, so like this like torso piece, it's not flexing or bending. So I was able to do, I was able to sculpt this one time, create the cosplay molds, and duplicated those torsos. Same with this bicep section or this forearm section, and the blade section. So all these were like different parts that were molded. And then I kind of put a wire into all of it and connected it together, bent it into the shape, and then sculpted another layer with all the in-between kind of fleshy bits. And then the tails I did all original for all 3 of them, because it only works because the pieces don't flex, like these sections aren't bending or changing. They're all the same, so worked out really good. I think, and then let's see what else. What else was there company project wise? We did this piece for the first Descendant, and it was another kind of 3-way situation between Twitch, featuring the first Descendant, which is a game, and me. So that it ended up making this bust. I made a lot of this while I was out in Germany, so. But yeah, it turned out really good. Oh, I thought there was, what was the first one? Oh yeah, it's not on here. The first one I did for Focus Entertainment's not on here, so. Was it UV resin? It was either that or it was Yoo-hoo glue, the saliva. Probably Yoo-hoo glue. Maybe UV resin too. It's UHU. It's a German-made glue, and you can use it to make easy spittle effects. Yeah. But then I probably bulked it up with UV resin. Yeah. So. Hey. It's Mihaly. Good, how are you? We're just talking about stuff. Talking about working with companies and how that plays out and looks. Actually, let's see. So here, go to Instagram here. And the first one for Focus was, oh yeah, and then we did this one for PlayStation. That's not on there. That was a big one too. Or Death Stranding 2. This is actually posted on PlayStation's, collabed with PlayStation. Did they give us copies of this game? I think they might have. Pretty sure. Usually they give copies of the game too. So. That was pretty cool, and I was really happy with the results. I definitely feel super confident in the likeness on this one. Old Norman Reedus. There he is, all painted up. Mr. Reedus. The first one I did for focus was what was it called? I can't remember. Oh, we did this one for that was like more of an indie game that came out. Echoes of Elysium. We did this one for them. So this footage, what you're watching, is usually what they're interested in, the streams and this stuff to kind of help spread the word, but in a way that's not like annoyingly in your face advertisement style, you know? So I think it's really smart that companies do it that way. I might have a bias because I also like being supported by the companies as a small artist, but it's also very, very smart. I really like how that one turned out. The explosion effect and everything. That was one of the creatures from the game. What was there's the Banishers. This was the first one. This was the first one I did for Focus. Atlas Fallen, that's what it's called. It's always so interesting though, because like, you know, we'll have phases where there'll be a lot of this kind of work coming in all of a sudden, and then it'll be like a kind of like a quiet time where we're kind of settling back into just regular work and stuff. There's like a weird ebb and flow to how it all happens. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I noticed there usually tends to be an uptick right around like August with stuff like that, where they have like everyone gets like their budget for advertising for the holidays around August or something. Do I prefer jobs where they're super specific or leave it open to however you want? I prefer that they're very specific about what they want, but they leave the artistic and sculptural like options open to me. You know, for example, this company came to me and they gave me like a few different monsters from their game. They say, hey, we want to make something. This is our budget that we're working with. What can you do? And then I got to take that and figure out, okay, what character should we do? How should we make it in a way that gets the best design, but also fits within the budget, you know? Like I ended up wanting to, based on their budget, we could do like a partial character, not a full character. So then I watched some of the videos in the game and I saw that there was these ships that shoot these kind of like plasma explosions and blow things up, player-made ships. And this is one of the monsters you fought. So then I was like, oh, you know, let's do a bust, but we make it not look like a bust, but actually, you know, have more of a natural cutoff, like he got like blown up by one of the ships or something like that, you know, so.
Noble ally,
Kabloom.
Please accept these treasures as a gift for your unwavering service to the kingdom.
Mr. Clayton, thank you very much, my friend, for the tier 3. 42 months. Kabloom. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for all your support there, Mr. Clayton.
Loyal friend.
Oh, man.
You've made a real impact on the realm.
Philo.
Thank you for your contributions.
Thank you very much, Philo. 1 year. Thanks for sticking with me, my friend. Oh, all right, Clayton, we got Frog's Breath, Sweetheart, and Skull and Bones. But yeah, I don't mind. Honestly, I don't mind how specific people get or how unspecific. I enjoy. It doesn't really matter. I enjoy all those challenges. It is fun to design things, but it's not really like something that is make or break for me, you know. I don't mind if it's really specific either. You know, it's a different kind of challenge. But it gets hairy if they're really specific on what they want, but don't have the budget for that. You know, then it's like, okay, well, I can't do that. I know you want this, but this is what it's going to cost to make that happen. But we can make it happen. We can make it fit. We just have to alter the composition to make it fit, you know. If you feel stuck, check whether you're standing in yesterday. Ooh. If you feel stuck, check whether you are standing in yesterday. That's right. Stand in today. Stand in right now. Very good. Oh. And you get liquid luck there, Philo. Let's see what it says. Got some yesterday between those toes. A simple day well lived outshines a glorious one poorly spent. A simple day well lived outshines a glorious one poorly spent. Mm-hmm. Pure wisdom. Oh, I've been standing in yesterday for years. Yeah, yesterday is sticky stuff. Like the tar trap on the Candyland map. Thank you guys. Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. Thinking about a glorious day poorly spent. A sunny day doing nothing. I mean, I'm sure we're all guilty of underappreciating perfectly good days, right? And it's almost like we need these really bad days to make us realize that we should appreciate those simple good days. Right? Got a bit of yesterday on my shoe. Hey, what's up, Korvik? Okay. Mr. Korvik. I can do that on this side too. All right, let's see. Now I want to do I think I want to do the bracket that's holding this onto this. So this has negative space underneath it, but we don't want to sculpt that. We want to basically fill in the space underneath so it supports the clay, and then we kind of cut it out at the end. Well, I could say it's not me this time. Oh, okay. That's one way to always check. see. Some circles here. Oh yeah. You know how many times I woke up to this song because I fell asleep at my computer? Woke up at the login screen. Good old nostalgia there. It's almost as nostalgic as the love songs advertisement that played at like 4 a.m. super loud. Anybody else remember that? I think I can still sing all the songs from that. We watched the commercial for that, man. It's so nostalgic. If you know, it's like one of those if you know type of things. It's like some CD where they're selling like all these love song tracks, and it would always play at like the same time each night. At like it was like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., and it was like super loud. For some reason, they like amped up the volume on that commercial, and it would always wake you up. And you're just like sitting there in this like weird limbo state. This weird, like what the heck is going on type of like limbo state. Now they're like burned into my brain. '90s commercial. Ultimate Love Songs Collection commercial. Oh my goodness, that's so much funny.
Imagine owning the world's greatest love songs by the greatest voices of our time. In a once-in-a-lifetime collection.
Well, that's why I just know it. And you're just like,
the Ultimate Love Songs Collection.
You're just like a young kid just woke up in the middle of the night because you fell asleep on the TV. You're just like, what the heck is going on? Oh, jeez. So funny. Yeah, I bet different countries probably had different sets. I don't think Ina knew that one. What was amazing though, so my wife grew up in Germany, like small town Germany, and I grew up here in America. It's amazing how much similarities though there is between like shows and movies and games and music between us, even though grew up pretty much worlds apart. It's just that the internet era starting really kind of connected the world. Of course, there's definitely a lot of differences, but definitely a high amount of similarities. One of the funny things is the thing is she grew up experiencing a lot of the same media I did, but in German. So it was funny to like listen to like 90s cartoon theme songs, but in German version. SpongeBob Schwampfkampf. Good old German SpongeBob. Norwegians. We go back and forth between which version's better. I'm sure you guys do the same. Did you know the 99 Red Balloons lady was actually originally from Germany, and the first version of that song is German? 99 Luftballons. It's the name of the song. But they don't even call them red balloons in the song. Just Luftballons, which just means balloons. I did know that. I was like, what? Hey, Mad Cowls. How you doing? It's because it was usually the case, like the music or things that, you know, the music and stuff, especially the originals, was usually from America, but that was one that was actually the original was from Germany. Hey, thanks a lot, my friend. How was your stream? Thank you for sending your folks here. Oh, nice. Some acrylic markers. Good stuff. Oh, really? Oh, really? That's funny. Made popular by Night on the Roxbury. That seems to be a common theme, German songs being used in a movie that makes the German song very popular. The other one I think of is the Rammstein song used in Triple X. Du hast mich. Du hast mich. I think mine was like, actually, I don't even know. The first CD I remember my brother getting was I didn't even think I ever got a CD, to be honest. I wasn't much into music when I was younger. Was whatchamacallit? Smash Mouth. No, I mean she has her permanent status here. She's got a green card and totally 100% here by the book, so there's no room for any sort of issue. And even if so, worst case scenario, she'd just be back in Germany, so. And then I'd be going right after her. But yeah, it's not something we're worried about. will be walking on the sun. Beep, beep, beep. Smash Mouth. It was like the era of like one-hit wonders. Funny. Song. You must not be the sharpest tool in the shed. If I say so. These tiny little glass beads, man. All right, it's starting to look good there, folks. Let me grab some fresh coffee, and then we'll maybe look at doing the other side. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Miss Emma's entered the phase of being afraid of the dark. So I needed to go give some daddy comfort. Alicia. Back to the Stone Age with you. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, the funny thing is we all sleep in the same room, so that doesn't solve the problem. It's funny how that is. Her thinking is to sleep in the living room. And then if she could sleep in the living room, it would be some other place or thing, you know. It's just funny that it's like it's just such a natural progression. It's phases that we all go through while growing up. I just wanted to sleep in a DIY den. Yeah. Yeah, we only have a 2-bedroom house, so one bedroom's the workshop that I'm in currently, and then the other one's our bedroom. But it works for us. We make the best out of it. I built my brother and I built a like loft bed for her. It's like next to our bed and like up. And then the whole space underneath her loft bed is kind of like a room. We have to rework that area. Little like kid hangout cubby. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I always think about like I would hear stories about like our grandparents and even our parents' generation. That a kid having their own room isn't something that's super common. That there's been lots of phases and times where that's not been a thing. My dad's bedroom was actually behind. It was a space behind the couch with a mattress behind a couch in the living room. I think all growing up, but he grew up in a really rough spot for sure. Not not a pleasant growing up experience he had. My mom had 9 brothers and sisters, and their whole house has one tiny room. Yeah, exactly. That's just the reality. You make it work. I always say that, and it's the truth. You make the best of what you have, no matter how much or how little, because there's always somebody that has more, and there's always somebody that has less. You know? But we all are capable of making the best of what we have. You can turn something that less than ideal into something worthwhile. We really like where we live. It's really a well-oiled machine, that's for sure. Quick showers only. Yeah, I was one of 5. Me and my brother, my older brother, he's less than a year older than me, and we shared everything basically. We always shared a room. We shared a birthday every year because his birthday is June 13th and mine's June 11th, so we'd always just have a joint birthday. But never once did I feel like I missed out on anything or anything like that. Very much enjoyed my childhood. Yeah. It's the benefit of going without is that when you get the thing you went without, you appreciate it more. That is the truly a benefit. That without the time of not having, you wouldn't appreciate the thing when you do have it. I think so. Let's see.
The strength of the cnotbusch kingdom lies not in our walls, but in our
Maybe.
people.
Maybe less noticeable because of the voice doesn't start playing till later. Yes, it is. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Neos. Is that so? I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Brachialis. Brachialis. You don't actually need to know the name of the muscles to know how to sculpt the muscles. I think it's a little hill, not a valley. Yeah, usually that muscle, it doesn't dip down. There's actually a muscle group in between. There is a dip, but that's between the brachialis and the tricep. Or the bicep, depending on the position. Yeah, look at that. Learned something new. I am, yeah. It's gotten some upgrades and alterations over the years, but still Still the harmonica, same harmonica holder. Brachialis was a dinosaur. It's either a dinosaur or some sort of disease. Oh. Some Roman dude, some Roman philosopher. Brachialis. Hexacus brachialis. Brachialis Brush Studio. No, I don't play harmonica. I bought the harmonica holder especially for holding the camera. Specifically for this job. Brachialis gluteus maximus. I train brachialis 3 times a week. Oh dear. I have no doubts about that, my friend. Healing up quite nicely, actually. That one's pretty much already healed. My hands heal pretty quick. Mhm. All right. I think that's ready. Ready to be cooked in the cookery. I'm just gonna paint a little bit of clay glue on these little bolts. A lot of little juicy detail, that's for sure. We'll bake it, lock in. There's the strap, and the strap on the holder on the back.
Done, brave hero. Your
Hey.
labor has borne fruit. Enjoy these goods as a reward for your dedication.
Those comm earmuff holders. We still gotta do the battery pack and some stuff along the top, and then I think we're gonna end up doing some optics. I think he'll have some optics, possibly. Looks good. It's a man. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. GG's. Magic mushroom. Wisdom for the road. He who guards his tongue keeps his kingdom whole. That is a great one. He who guards his tongue keeps his kingdom whole. That is right. Quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. All right, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm going to bake this, lock it in for next week, and I'm going to get out of here. We are going to be... Tomorrow, we're going to be working on the dragon, and we're also doing troll heads, so make sure you tune in tomorrow if you're interested in getting a troll head made. Always exciting. So, nice long day of streaming tomorrow, so hopefully I'll see you guys then. I'm really happy with this, how this is going. It's definitely a lot slower pace, but it's really nice. It's cool to see all those kind of more geometric details come together. So it's worth it. It's worth it. Let's see. Let's find someone to raid. And I'm gonna get on out of here. Let's see here. Who do we got? Let's go raid Caesar. See what Caesar's up to. I haven't raided Caesar in a while. Doing some painting of Pokemon stuff. Let's see what that's. Good night, Sapphire. All right, my friends. Until next time. Bye-bye.